Sorry, I'm kind of half paying attention now because I'm sort of I'm processing. There's some new comments on the Facebook group about Dave and Shan and the website and how they're aggressive on the page with all the disclaimers and that. So it just distracts me sometimes. I've been thinking about it. I actually I wrote out 3 pages this morning on sort of where I'm at this point, and I think it could be useful, but I haven't blasted it quite yet. I might make a blog about it, a written blog, but I don't know. We'll see. It's okay. The ball's starting to roll. I feel like I'm less completely being gaslighted about my experience. Sort of getting a bit of validation of, yes, there is something here. That you're not wrong to be to you're not imagining things, and I know it. I'm not. That's why I'm stating it clearly. I'm like, there is something here. I don't care what you say. Okay, well, now I'm actually already blasting about it. I might as well carry on a little bit, because basically what my the process thing I've come down to, the main point is about judgment, and I think that is something we could really deep dive on, talk a lot more about judgment. Judgment as in criticism of someone in a judgmental way. I don't know how to explain it, but saying it's a kind of a should. It's saying you should be able to do this. It's a value judgment, like you are inferior as a human specimen because of this thing. That's judgment. And I'm notorious for this, which is why I've had to process it so much. And that, I think that has given me certain clarity about it, because I have to work on not judging. I'm the worst at judging, literally. I can find myself judging literally every single person on earth alive at this moment. So just to tell you, but there's so much darkness in judgment, because basically judgment is stupid. Judgment is not understanding. That's what judgment is. It's and you're telling everyone, hey everyone, I don't understand this. I am not while you're judging, because that's what you do. That's what it is. Why is it not understanding? It's because people can't help reality. Reality can't be helped, basically. So whatever the situation of reality, the state of reality, it couldn't have been any other way. In other words, talking about people again, you can't judge someone because if you'd been in their shoes, you would have acted exactly in the same way. Their life has brought them to this place. So the only thing you can do is try to understand it. But judgment is a non-starter. It's a non-starter. So that's something I try to notice every time when I try to notice as often as possible when I'm feeling judgmental. And I watched a couple of videos on YouTube about how to process it, and you want to be able to tell yourself, to reground yourself, refocus yourself, and to say, I am in no position to judge, because it's true, because it's true. If you think you could have done better or differently, that is because you're not in the right position. You don't understand their point of view. Necessarily, if you understand their point of view, then you would have compassion or understanding, or you could be able to say, this is why this happened, and yeah, not judge. Okay. I'm so slow with my blast. Jesus. Okay. So there is a certain amount of judgment. Okay. The second thing I want to say about judgment is, so first of all, it's not rational. Two, it's in all of us. Everyone is judgmental. So telling someone they're judgmental can't be a criticism. You can't be free of it. You can't expect anyone to be free of it. And that, yeah, it's a really interesting subject, because seeing judgment in someone immediately evokes judgment on your part for them, but then it's like a cycle. So you have to be able to jump out of it and to actually be at ease with the judgment, to be able to see it and not freak out about it and say, oh, you're wrong to judge because you don't know their position. It's like, it's a real thing. It's just simply a real thing. It's not extraordinary. People judge. Big whoop. So that's the second thing. Because I want to be able to say that Dave and Shan have very high judgment and criticism in their way of being, in their way of interacting with people. In their view of the world can be very judgmental. Not all the time, of course. Like, when you're being rational, part of the day, you say, okay, I know that rationally it's not right to be judgmental, but in fact, there is a lot of judgment and criticism. And I think, personally, I believe that comes from the demons. Simply like, it's a freak out reaction to your saviour's not working out. And so, yeah, and it's subconscious, it's unconscious. That's how I've got a whole thing to say about it, but okay, I guess I needed to say this. So I don't think I'm going to conclude this story, but I think we have to, for me at least, to be able to process Dave and Shan, I need to be able to see that dual light where they have pure good intentions and also have a very big fuck off energy of, it's true that we don't like people in a certain sense. We have morals that you might find unacceptable, but they are true and they are in us. And I have this too, right? So I'm not criticizing. But I think it would help for Dave and Shan to communicate this with the tribe. The openness, to just be open with the tribe, because there is definitely a lot of pain and darkness behind what they're doing. There's a lot of pain and darkness, and a lot of also, I don't give a flying fuck, which is badass. But they do still have certain demons, which I can name. It's demon information, and then the demon functions, demon axes, FETI and NESI, and probably other demons as well. Like, you just, in two people, you can't have all the types combined. They have a certain balance in certain things, but on the quadra and on the info, that's what they're missing as a couple, as a team, and you can tell. So what was I saying? I think one day they might realize that it's not, you can't blame other people for having a negative reaction to you not doing your demons. You can't blame anyway, like not rationally, but I feel like they're really strongly pushing back, really strongly pushing back about certain things, which is also understandable because you want to fuck your mind off too much with overgrowth, like growing too fast, so fast that it's painful, because they've gone through enough pain already as it is. But I think if they don't need to go so fast into the growth, if they could just accept that there is growth to be had and that it's not people's fault, their client's fault for having a negative reaction to the demons. And of course, all the people themselves has their own messed up mind and their own demons that are coming into play as well. But I think there is a lot of black and white ways of looking at this, and a lot of people will tend to only defend Dave and Shan and say, oh, people are so unreasonable to have such high expectations of them. That's wrong, because for me that's wrong, because clearly they're not doing all of their demons. And then also, and maybe I've been guilty of this, is to put a lot of criticism on them for not doing their demons and not be able to say, yeah, okay, but people are really unreasonable. And yeah, I think after a while, yeah, that should be the message. That should be the message, I believe. So there you go. Okay, let's see if I can finish typing Anderson Cooper now.